Let's also get in some BTST trades on that note. Naresh?
Vedanta first, the stock has seen a good recovery in the day. Stop loss at 264, target price of 275. Second is the one Petronet, which has shown relative strength, hitting new highs for the week. Out here, a fresh breakout. Stop loss at 235, target price of 245.
What about your BTST trades?
So I'll go with two buy calls. The first one is around CESC. The stock looking attractive for a trade. Targets of 166, stop loss at 132. And Bank of Baroda apparently is one of the stocks which is actually showing signs of good resilience. So very good pickup from those sub 220 mark for the stock. I think at 228 look attractive for a target of 238. So another 5% on the upside is what I'm expecting for the stock in the near term. Stop loss at 222.
Naresh, I beg your pardon, Mayuresh, what's the strategy for investors who are fully invested right now? Would you say at least take some chips off the table, be a little cautious?
That might be the strategy, Aisha. And I think being a little bit more selective does warrant attention in these markets. Any decline that comes through, and if there is no substantial breach of 21,050, which is a 10-weekly moving as we see it at markets per India, I think that can be a good buying opportunity from those levels. So I think selective spaces like energy as an example, probably looking at retail as an example, some names in logistics, which in my opinion can do extremely well over the next couple of years. And few of the PSU banks, I think a few of these spaces, if the market does decline and give an opportunity, look very, very interesting from an earnings perspective over the next 12 to 24 months.
Right. Okay. Well, central government offices, it seems, are going to get a half day on Monday, January 2nd, on account of the consecration of the Ram Mandir in Ayodhya. Let's see what the exchanges decide, Kunal, on what to do, on whether or not Monday is going to be a trading day or a holiday.
Even central government offices are on half a day.
Half day, yeah. We're going to already have an additional half day on Saturday.
So additional half day on Saturday and full working day on Monday.
Just not in for it right now. But anyway, let's see. That's only what the Union Minister has said about central government offices. But let me take it across to Anisha, find out how we're closing in for the day. Anisha?
Well, it was another day of decline for the Indian markets that we saw. We, of course, dipped below the mark of 21,300 on an intraday basis. But from there was quite a bit of recovery that we made. And we are ending very close to that 21,500 mark on the Nifty. The Bank Nifty too managed to see quite a bit of loss during the trading session. But by the end of the day, it was just around that 45,700 thereabouts. So slide of almost 300 points coming in for the Bank Nifty. Mid-caps and small caps fared a tad bit better. Even though they continued to see declines, it wasn't as deep a cut for the broader markets as we have seen for maybe a Nifty Bank or even the Frontline Index. It was a lot more stock specific today and a lot more to do with the earnings reaction. Starting with HDFC Bank itself, it started with a cut of around 4 to 5%. From there, it recovered a bit of ground, but still ended the day in the red with a cut of almost 3%. So that drag really continued. The biggest slide today came in on the IT names, especially LTI Mindtree, because that saw quite a bit of drubbing. At one point of time, that stock was down 13%, ending the day with a double-digit cut thereabouts. Still down about 10%. Having said that, Oracle Financial from the entire IT basket was doing very well for itself. Ended the day with the gains of around 25 to 30%. So solid gains as far as Oracle Financial Services are concerned. A lot of result reactions intraday as well. Case in point being South Indian Bank. Good improvement in the asset quality. Beat coming in on the profitability. South Indian Bank ended the day with the gains of around 8 to 9%. Polycab, the numbers were largely in line to slightly muted versus the expectation. There was a clarification also that came by that company did not have to make any adjustments on account of the IT surveys underway, but the stock did not do much after a bit of flip-flop. It ended flat for the trading session. You also had Tata Communications, which was reacting to the positive commentary coming through. They are talking about how Kalera, one of their acquisitions, has managed to turn EBITDA positive in the first quarter itself. They see multiple levers for growth going forward, both on an organic and inorganic basis. That stock surged almost 8% by the end of the day. Tire stocks were also doing quite well for themselves. Apollo Tyre, for instance, saw an upgrade come by from Axis Capital. So that stock held up with a gain of around 6%. Rub-off impact was seen on PCBL as well as JK Tires. So these were some of the counters we were watching out for. Aarti Industries announced that big 6,000 crore order, which is split over a period of next 4 years. That stock was active in the trading session, 5% higher. Other gainers included names like Mahanagar Gas as well as Aurobindo Pharma. On the losing side, however, it was Indian Energy Exchange that continued to see quite a bit of slide. After the 10% cut yesterday, we saw a bit of cut come today as well in the stock price. It was down about 7%. ICICI Prudential was the result reaction, 6% lower on that one, as well as India Mart Nivesh that reported numbers on an intraday basis saw quite a bit of decline. So that's how we wrapped up the trading session today. It was another weekday for the market, also on account of the weekly options expiry, but let's see how tomorrow pans out.